We often think of vulnerability as the willingness to share our true feelings, thoughts, and struggles, even when it's uncomfortable or risky. When anchored in God's grace, vulnerability becomes a gateway to authenticity, healing, and deeper connection. In marriage, it's about creating a safe space where we can be real, acknowledging our weaknesses and shortcomings, and trusting that Christ's love will guide us through. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Couples Journey blog series podcast. We're now in the second part of our series, Do You Promise Not to Tell? Today, Rey and Annie will explore how embracing vulnerability in light of God's truth can strengthen our marriages and draw us closer to Him. Here's part 2. As most define it, vulnerability is the willingness to openly share your true feelings, thoughts, and struggles, even when it feels risky or uncomfortable. It's about being authentic and honest, trusting that others, anchored in God's grace, will respond with understanding, acceptance, and support, despite our weaknesses and brokenness. When we see this definition, it's clear that marriage is a safe space for vulnerability. As part of our vows, we say, through sickness and health, till death do us part. Sometimes, sickness isn't just medical. It's our own weaknesses and shortcomings. Vulnerability naturally arises when we're in tough situations or facing difficult dilemmas. Because it can expose our weaknesses, we often prefer private conversations with our spouse. Whatever the private matter or secret, our goal should be to steer the conversation toward God's truths. Only with this attitude can we truly commit to anchoring our marriage in Him. A common challenge when hearing about unpleasant incidents, especially when seeing loved ones in pain, is that emotions flare up, and distorted assumptions feed our pride. The only Christ-like approach starts in setting aside enough time for genuine understanding. We can observe Jesus' approach in His ministry, where He often asked more questions to build a solid understanding. By wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established. Proverbs 24 verse 3. We want to build our marriage and family on God's wisdom and be Christ-like in our actions. Because we fear the Lord rightly, we seek to break the cycle of unhelpful thoughts, emotions, and actions that displease Him. This involves asking for guidance from the Holy Spirit so that understanding, rooted in God's love and consideration for others, can shape how we respond. Over the years, especially during our active military service, we've shared many private matters. Looking back, we processed those moments pridefully, without considering if it pleased or honored God. Our actions may have caused pain to others, but we thank God for intervening in our lives. When we committed ourselves and our marriage to Christ, the Holy Spirit helped us approach every private matter with God's truth, building a strong foundation of trust and strengthening our marriage. We know we wouldn't have been able to change our ways or overcome temptations without God's grace and the help of the Holy Spirit.
Before we close, we want to invite you to engage with us and support the Couples Journey blog series podcast. By following this channel, leaving comments, and sharing episodes with your family and friends, you're helping us in our mission to transform marriages today. Your support encourages more couples to seek God's guidance and grow stronger together. Thank you for being part of this journey. Together, we can make a difference. Here's the final part of today's episode.
Vulnerability in marriage is not easy, but with God's guidance and the Holy Spirit's help, it becomes a powerful tool for growth and trust. As we open our hearts and lean on God's wisdom, we build marriages that are resilient, compassionate, and rooted in His love. Remember, it's through our weaknesses that His strength is made perfect. May you and your spouse commit to approaching each challenge with humility, understanding, and a desire to honor God in every private matter. Until next time, may God bless your journey of grace and truth in your marriage. Join us tomorrow for part 3 as Rey shares his reflection on this series. Do you promise not to tell?